Hey everyone, it's Dolly Town here with Bookkeeping Town. Now I know bookkeeping is not on everyone's to-do list these days because of what's going on, but it does need to happen to understand what your business is doing, how it's doing, especially now. I would highly recommend checking the expenses more than the income because you're probably paying more out than that's incoming. So what I wanted to do today is it's the second part of the setup, which is setting up your chart of accounts. So I just wanted to go over that with you, and hopefully that would help your business as well, because that is a very important piece to bookkeeping. You need to have the right types of accounts that you will be using in your business. So let's get to that. All right. All right. So what you see here is a QuickBooks Online company. His The name of the business is Craig's Design and Landscaping Services. And setting up the chart of accounts is really key to meaningful reports. When you first set up your QuickBooks company, QuickBooks Online will create a chart of accounts based on the industry that you choose. Now, as you are setting up your chart of accounts manually, you would need to decide if you will use account numbers or not. Now, if you remember to my first YouTube video, I went over the cycle of bookkeeping, and the first step was this account setup. And in the account setup, the second step was chart of accounts setup. And some people set them up with the account numbers and some don't. So if you are going to use the account numbers, I would highly recommend these 6 types of accounts. So you have the assets, and they usually start with number 1, and they're usually 4 digits. Now the main accounts in the under assets, they're in like a 10-digit increment. So let's just say your bank account is 1,000, then you have a second bank account, it'll be 1010, and then a third one 1020, and then 1030. And then if you have any sub accounts, those are like in 5-digit increments. So like 1010, and then 1015, things like that. So you don't want like the same numbers. And then the liabilities, they start with number 2, equity starts with number 3, income starts with number 4, cost of goods sold start with number 5, and expenses start with number 6. All right, and then let's go back to Craig's design. So if you do want the account numbers, you would go to this gear icon here and accounts and settings. And then you would go to advanced, and then they have a chart of accounts section here. So you can go to enable account numbers. You can click anywhere or this little pencil to edit. So you would need to check this off. It says enable account numbers. And if you want QuickBooks to show the account numbers, you would just click there. And these are the types of accounts you might have in your chart of accounts already. If you have a discount account, you would, choose it from the list, a tips account, and a billable expense income account. So that's that. And then you would just save. All right, and then you would X out of there. Now to open up the actual chart of accounts in QuickBooks, there's 2 ways on how you can do that. You can click on the gear icon, and then here, chart of accounts, or this is my preferred way to do it. You go to accounting and then chart of accounts. I use the left navigation bar probably 99.9% of the time. All right, so see your chart of accounts. Now, QuickBooks usually gives you 250 accounts. You will not be using every single one of them. So I would recommend going through each one and checking to see which ones you need, which ones you don't need. The ones you don't need, you can go to this scroll upside down triangle and then make inactive. Some accounts you cannot make inactive because they're included in some of the reports. So if you can make inactive, go ahead and do so. If not, unfortunately, it just has to stay there. All right, so to create a new account in your chart of accounts, you would go to new. Now, if you have a list already saved somewhere, like from your last accounting software, maybe, you can always import. And then this is what I usually do. I download a sample file just so I know the setup. And you can use this to paste, copy and paste. So, usually it's the account number, the account name, the type, and the detail. And then you can save that as a CSV file. And then, you can browse and attach it here, and then it'll just upload automatically. All right, so if you don't have that, you can just add a new one. Now the account type is important. That will tell QuickBooks where it's going to be on the reporting. So if you choose an asset, which is like accounts receivable, current asset, bank, fixed, any assets, liabilities, equity, that will go on your balance sheet. Any income or expenses, which is down here, those will go on the income statement. All right, so we're just going to, let's say we're going to create a savings account. Go into savings, and then let's just call it ABC savings account. Okay. And then the number, you can do 1020. Description, let's just say business savings. I usually always have a description. If you're going to have a sub account, you can check this off, which means, so you have ABC savings account, and then you might have a money market that's linked to the savings account. So you can do like the money market as a sub account if you transfer back and forth to it. See, if you click on sub account, it's going to ask you which one. So you're going to do savings, but it's not a sub account, so we're not going to click that. And then it asks you, when do you want to start tracking your finances? Just say beginning of this year. And then we're going to do 0 as 12/31/2019. All right, so that is how you add an account to the chart of account. And I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, please let me know. And if you have any comments at all, place a comment below, or if you want me to go over anything else that might be helpful for you, you can do that as well. And remember to subscribe to my channel just so you can view any of my channels and get up-to-date details. All right, thank you. Have a good day. Bye-bye.